Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Vallabha, Radha Vallabha Radhe. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Shri Radhe. Jaya Jagannatha, Jaya Jagannatha, Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra Devi. Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Gaura Premanandi, Jayavam Vishnupadaya Paramahamsa Parivarakracharya Astotara Abhaya Charanaravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai, ISKCON Founder-Acharya Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani ki jai, Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai, Shri 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 Radha Bala Bhagavani ki jai, Shri Narsingha Bhagavani ki jai. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. So today we are reading from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 9, text number 53. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Prabhu, you can close the door. Thank you. Mam aprinata ayusman. Mam aprinata ayusman. Darshanam durlabam himi. Darshanam durlabam himi. Drishtva mamna punarjantur. Drishtva mamna punarjantur. Atmanam taptum argati. Atmanam taptum argati. Mam aprinata ayusman. Mam aprinata ayusman. Darshanam durlabam himi. Darshanam durlabam himi. Drishtva mamna punarjantur. Drishtva mamna punarjantur. Atmanam taptum argati. Atmanam taptum argati.
Mama Prinat Ayushman. Darshanam Durlavam Hime. Drishtva Mamna Punarjantu. Atmanam Taptum Arhati.
Drishtva mamna punarjantu. Matajis.
Mama Prinata Ayushman.
Mama Prinata Ayushman.
Darshanam Durlabam Hime.
Darshanam Durlabam Hime.
Vishwamamna Punarjantur.
Vishwamamna Punarjantur.
Atmanam Taptum Arhati.
Atmanam Taptum Arhati.
Mama Prinata Ayushman.
Darshanam durlabam hi me. Drishtva word-to-word translation. Mam, me. Aprinata, not pleasing. Ayusman, oh long-living Prahlada. Darshanam, seeing. Durlabham, very rare. He, indeed, me, of me. Drishtva, after seeing. Mam, me. Na, not. Puna, again. Jantur, the living entity. Atmanam, for himself. Taptum, to lament. Arhati, deserves. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. My dear Prahlada, you may live a long time. One cannot appreciate or understand me without pleasing me. But one who has seen or pleased me has nothing more for which to lament for his own satisfaction. Purport is a very short one. Consists of only 3 lines, but very effective. One cannot be happy under any circumstances unless one pleases the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But one who has learned how to please the Supreme Lord need no longer lament for his material condition. So there is a lot to talk in what Srila Prabhupada is saying. So initially I thought, okay, we'll cover the next. There are only 2 more verses further to close this chapter. But I thought, let me dwell on these lines which Srila Prabhupada has said. Om Agyana Timarandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitamena Tasmai Shri Guruve Nama Sri Chaitanya Manopistam Sapitamena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahim Dadatisva Padantikam Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Shri Advaita Gadadara Ivasadi Gaura Bhakta Prinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. First we'll try to put this verse into the context here. What's happening so far? Now in this chapter, what's happening is, following the order of Lord Brahma, Prahlad Maharaj is going further to Nrsimha Bhagavan, who was extremely angry after killing Hiranyakashipu. After Hiranyakashipu was killed, the Lord was very angry. All the demigods headed by Lord Brahma was hesitant to go near Nrsimha Bhagavan. He was very angry, furious. Even Lakshmi Devi, who is the eternal consort of Lord Vishnu, even she was not willing to go near the Lord. So therefore, all of them requested Prahlad Maharaj to go and pacify the Lord. Now Prahlad Maharaj was not scared at all, looking at the form. Because he knew that the Lord is his master. And therefore, there was no fear. Whatever form the Lord comes, he is not fearful. And therefore, Prahlad Maharaj went, and Narasingha Bhagavan was extremely happy to see Prahlad Maharaj. He has gone through all the difficulties. Prahlad Maharaj, a small boy, 5 years old, he went through all the difficulties, and all the time he was pleasing the Lord. And therefore, the Lord was extremely happy. So what did the Lord do? The Lord doesn't just fold his hands and sit down. The Lord wants to reciprocate with his devotees. So what he did? He blessed Prahlad Maharaj by putting his hand on the forehead, blessed him. And therefore, Prahlad Maharaj got Brahmanyana, spiritual knowledge. And therefore, he started offering wonderful prayers to Lord Narasimha Dev. So this is what this chapter is. Now, Prahlad Maharaj offered prayers from text number 8 to 50. We are in text number 53. So from text number 8 to 50, Prahlad Maharaj offers a series of prayers, wonderful prayers. And then, what happened? The Lord is responding from 52 to 54. This is a Lord's response. Lord is responding to the devotee. And 53 and 54. Okay. So in this text you can see that Lord Narasimha Dev is praising Prahlad Maharaj. And Lord is praising the devotees. So this is what is happening. Now looking at the purport, let us try to understand. Srila Prabhupada is talking about material condition. This material world is always in constant flux, changing. Constantly changing. The body is changing. The weather is changing. Circumstances are changing. It's not fixed, it's constantly changing. Unlike the spiritual world, which is fixed and eternal. So what happens is, because it is constantly changing, the living entities we will sort of constantly absorb in the material energy. Because the Lord says in Bhagavad Gita that whenever the living entities comes in contact with the material energy, it binds them. It conditions them. So, the material energy is acting like a glue. It will stick on. It's very difficult to go. I remember when I was like this, in India, they used to lay the roads, Now you've got all these machines. They'll do, the machine will come and they put the tar, they call, right? And they put it and it will be over. But those times, it will be there, very mechanical, very, very slow manual process. They will mix it and all that. Once I was very inquisitive. When it was like this, what is that black color? What is that? So, when no one was there, I went and touched the tar. It was in this small finger. Okay? Then I was doing like this, and very quickly, all my hand was contaminated. Very quickly. And it doesn't go at all. You have to put so many, you have to really use a jiff, which was not available at the time, to clean my hand. Those days only soap. So what I'm trying to say is, the material energy is like that. Very quickly, it binds us. And it's very difficult for us to come out of it. Now, why that is happening? Because the mind has the tendency to grasp everything. Everything we see, it has got a tendency to grasp. And this is like an encapsulator. When I was working in a pharmaceutical company, we have a machine where the capsules, right, there will be a device where you put the medication and the capsule will come, it will fill it up, and the capsule is formed. So this is known as a process of encapsulation. Now the mind does the same thing. It goes, it sees everything, it encapsulates and binds and holds on to that. It doesn't want to leave. Very, very difficult. And what does it hold on to? It holds on to all the desires, impressions, previous thoughts, habits, practices, everything it holds on. And it doesn't want to let go. Just like these kids. These kids, do you go anytime to the toy shop, Toys R Us? You don't go? What's wrong with you? I like toys now. Sometimes, when I go, I'm just fascinated. Oh, what is the small toys? And the helicopter flying with the remote. You don't use it? You're missing something at it. Really? Okay. See, there it comes out. So he had one, but he has renounced, yeah? Because it broke, yes? It broke, it got renounced. He doesn't want anymore. Now, the mind is like that. When the children go to the Toys R Us shop, what they do? They pick one item, another item, another item, another item. They don't want to let go. When the mother says, come on, I will buy only one, not all the four. What they'll do? They make a huge noise. So, the same way, the mind holds on to things. It doesn't want to leave. Doesn't matter. Even if it is a small plastic bag, I got it from India. No, let me keep it. For my memory. Because it is from the place I got it. My own town. So therefore, my wife does it. That's what I know. I said, what is this plastic bag? What is it doing there? No, this is from my hometown. So even the plastic bag, what to talk about it? So this is how it goes. The mind holds on. Yeah? And therefore, what happens is, the environment is such, the material environment is such. For example, if I take a hot cup of drink, milk or something, and very quickly if I go into the cold room, what happens? The temperature drops down. Or if you put some ice block into my hot coffee or a tea, what will happen? It drops down. The same thing. We now come to the temple, we chant, we hear about Krishna's stories, pastimes. And the moment we go down, it is like we are equipped with our warmness of Krishna consciousness. But when you go out, it cools down. We come down to the bodily platform. That's what happens. This is the problem of the material nature. We have to understand that, first of all. Yeah? As long as we are in contact with the spiritual energy, yes, we know that we are a spirit soul and we act accordingly to that. But the moment a living entity interferes or comes in contact with the material energy, he goes down. Consciousness is brought down. And it is that consciousness which is going to cause us our next body. The mind is constantly planning for our next body. So that consciousness is very important. So therefore, one has to practice within this life, this Krishna consciousness, so that the next birth is better. And Srila Prabhupada says, if we plan and we use our resources and time in becoming Krishna conscious, then this will be our last death in this world. Because this Krishna conscious moment will transfer us to Goloka Vrindavan, which is our eternal life. There is no need for birth, death, old age and disease. This will transfer us. So one has to prepare for our next life. This is very, very important. We have a tendency to cling on to all the material attachments. Yeah, all the attachments we cling on. And it's very, very difficult to leave that at the time of death because it's causing impression. It's not that easy to leave all that because everything will be ripped upon. Sorry, I'm making this class a little bit tough because that is how it is. That's reality. Yeah? We have to understand that. At the time of death, everything is ripped upon. And that's very, very painful. Our attachments, our longings, our desires, everything is ripped apart. Like how Narasingha Bhagavan is ripping off Hiranyakashipu. It will be ripped. And therefore it's very, very, very painful for us. And therefore, an intelligent person, what does he do? Before his death, he wants to break all the relationship. Before death, gradually, so that he gets attached to Krishna. And that is our natural relationship anyway. Krishna explains that in 15th chapter, Mamai Vamso Jiva Loke. We are part of Krishna. Yes, we are not alone. As a part, we are incomplete without the connection to Krishna. So, we are incomplete in one sense. By connecting to Krishna, yes, we are perfect. Like a small screw. Sometimes we see a small screw or a nut in the on the road. Have you seen that? Sometimes small pieces of machine. Now that machine, when it comes out of the machine, it becomes insignificant. There's no use of that. But that same small nut, if it is in a car or an aeroplane, it has got tremendous importance. Yeah? So as a part of that big machine, that small tiny part has got significant role. So in the same way, if we keep away from Krishna, our role is like a nut which is on the road. No importance. Whatever we do, no importance. And this material energy, it gives a separate existence from Krishna. We have to understand that. Yes, I am the professor, or I am an engineer, I am a man, I am a woman, yeah? I will do this. So it gives a separate existence from Krishna. It creates an illusion which we are not. We are part of Krishna, as Krishna explains. And we are not alone. We have a relationship with Krishna. And in our best endeavor, we have to, what we have to do? We have to take up this relationship. That is why we have to learn, we have to hear Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. Bhagavatam hearing is so important. See, even liberated souls, in Bhagavatam it says, like Sukadeva Goswami, is completely liberated. He's got nothing to do with the material world, yet is attracted to Bhagavatam. He wants to learn and he wants to teach, recite Bhagavatam to others. This is the power of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. So important, hearing of Bhagavatam. It gives so much good, so much happiness, satisfaction to this heart. Hearing Bhagavatam. Simply hearing Bhagavatam. The materialist, what they do, throughout the day, they're engrossed in newspapers, sports, movies, so many things, and therefore the heart is so troublesome. Very, very troublesome. They don't have a satisfaction. But the devotee, what he does? He hears. The hearing is like a funnel. Imagine a funnel and a bottle. When we want to pour oil into a bottle or into a vessel, what do? We use a funnel, right? In India, I do not know now, all these Matajis what you do, because every technology, what you do. But before, we used to have a funnel, okay? Even now I do that, to fill up my Lord's, bottle and all that. We put a bottle, we put a funnel, and the big, 5 liter or something oil, we pour into that, it goes. So, this hearing is like a funnel. And the vibration or the Śrīmad Bhāgavatam hearing is like oil. It goes and fills the heart. And therefore we see devotees are very happy, satisfied. But this satisfaction is not found in a materialist because he's constantly lamenting hankering, lamentation. You see, even a devotee who just come for a week, they hear Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, so much satisfaction. I know so many people coming and telling me, this gives me so much satisfaction. My heart was so troublesome before coming to the temple and hearing. But after coming, so much satisfaction. All the anarthas goes away. So that is why hearing Śrīmad Bhāgavatam is so important and powerful. All the problems in the material world can be solved by only one book, that is Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj, the guru of our Founder-Acharya, he says, the only problem in the material world is lack of Krishna consciousness. The only solution is Krishna consciousness. Because that's the root cause anyway. If you analyze the root cause of all the problems, what is the root cause? Lack of Krishna consciousness. You analyze. You don't have to do IIT for this. Yeah? You don't have to go to IIT and finish and then come and do an analysis. Simple analysis. Any problem you see, because it's related to body. Why? Lack of knowledge, ignorance. If at all we know that we are spirit soul, do we act on that platform and do karma and suffer? Ignorance. Five-point, when Indira Gandhi was the Prime Minister, she passed a 20-point program, to correct the country. But Rupa Goswami is giving a 5-point program. What is that? 20-point. Anyone remember that? I remember when I was in school days, 20-point program, because she wants to uplift India through the materialism, whatever the 20 points, I do not know. But I remember the 5-point of Rupa Goswami. What is that? Forgetfulness of Krishna. First, what happens then? You are in ignorance. Immediately you become ignorant. Ignorant of what? You come on the bodily platform. Then, when you are on the bodily platform, what happens? You do karma and suffering. See? How the suffering? Root cause. Forgetfulness of Krishna. Immediately you come to ignorance. You act on the body. Because you act on the body, sinful activities we do. And because of that, suffering. See? So if you have Krishna, no suffering. Anyway, mind you, there is no suffering in the spiritual energy. There is only suffering in the... Do all of you agree that?
Yes.
Then why we should be in the material energy? As far as possible. Least contact with the material energy. And also, the Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, what happens is, why do we have to hear? It helps us in focus, regardless of a material situation. See, Srila Prabhupada says here, but one who has learned how to please the Lord by hearing, we can say, or any form, but especially hearing, which is the first process of devotion service, Shravanam, they need no longer lament for the material condition. See, the material condition, always there is problem, duality, world of happiness, distress, keeps on coming and going. We can't help it. So, for that, what we have to do? You have to hear Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. So, by hearing Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, what happens? It helps us to focus and stay stable, regardless of a material situation. There are two Bhagavatams. You know that? There is a book Bhagavatam and there is a... What is it? Person Bhagavatam is, yeah. Person Bhagavatam. Bhagavata, person. Now, this Bhagavata, person who was Bhagavata, right? Who are like Bhagavatam, very powerful. Those personality stories are described in Bhagavatam. You understand that? The Bhagavata person whose caliber, whose activities are just like Bhagavatam. Their stories are described in Bhagavatam. And therefore, by listening to those stories in Bhagavatam, we get focus, regardless of time, place and circumstances. It could be different time, different yugas we saw. Different planetary systems, upper planetary system, lower planet, different circumstances. One may be in hell, one may be in heaven, doesn't matter. But as long as we are not in distress, hearing Bhagavatam is very nice. Oh, very nice story. I like it. That is, very nice moral and all that. But when we go through a serious problem, whether family problem, job-oriented problem, personal problem, then we can appreciate the stories of Bhagavatam. Until such time, we cannot appreciate. Yeah? It will be very good to listen Bhagavatam, very nice. But if you go through the problem, then you need focus. Because when we are suffering, it's very, very difficult to fix. Our practice, our whole existence will be checked during the time of crisis. Yeah? Do we really, whatever I am doing, is it really I have to do? Why can't I go and find a different channel? Yes? Yeah? Why only Bhagavatam? So, our faith will be tested. And therefore, by listening to Bhagavatam and finding out the stories of different personalities, what happens? We get consolation. We get happiness. Because they are going through the problem. And what they do, if you see, throughout Bhagavatam, they surrender to Krishna. They ask Krishna for help. But what our material mind will do? I know. I have seen. That is what problem. It's telling us what we should do. At the time of crisis, the important thing is to get help from Krishna. That we forget. So, what is the solution? What's the solution? That the material energy or the mind keeps on hanging on to things. And it looks the whole world as if it is meant for my enjoyment. I'm looking at the whole world, the world of matter, as if it is meant for my enjoyment. So what is the solution? Solution, Bhagavatam is saying, detachment. So that means detachment. Does it mean it's a physical detachment? Okay. I've got a problem with my computer. I'm all the time attached to the computer, playing games. And therefore, for some time, I will not touch my computer. Is that the solution? No. What is the solution? Mental detachment. Because the mind, as I said, encapsulates. Physical detachment will not help. Mental detachment, that helps. And for mental detachments, one has to seek higher solution, which is Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. Because as Krishna explains in the 3rd chapter of Bhagavad Gita, what does he explain, Krishna? Krishna gives a hierarchy. This was so important. Bhagavad Gita and Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. Everything is there. Krishna gives a hierarchy. How? Senses, sense object. Above sense object is senses. Above senses is a mind. Above mind is intelligence. Above intelligence is? Above soul is Krishna. So, how do we control that? Through spiritual intelligence. Krishna says, through spiritual intelligence, because the mind is here, intelligence is here. But material mind is above the material intelligence. That's a problem because it's dragging. But spiritual intelligence is above the material mind. So what happens all the time? Like your parents correcting you, don't do that. Don't do that. Like that. The spiritual intelligence always corrects. Like a parent. So important, spiritual intelligence. Then, yes. But where is the spiritual intelligence? Where do you grab it? How do you do that? How do you get it? By reading Bhakti scriptures. Like Bhagavad Gita, Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita. All that will give you spiritual intelligence, and then, yes, we'll be able to relatively conquer. Because so sanchala, Arjuna explains it about the mind. The mind is all the time thinking, going on. What does it think? What does it think, mind? Oh, that person, what is he talking about me? This person, what is he talking about me? What he has talked about me in the past? What is talking now? What they will talk in the future? How I am going to answer that? Actually, they would not even talk about it. This person is my enemy. I don't want to see them. That person is my friend. I want to live with them in this universe. All the people, my enemies, I don't want to see them. Let them go out of Australia. Even I don't want in the suburb. I want to be with my friends, whom I like. Correct? On and on and on and on and on and on. Goes on. That's what going. All through me. My thoughts. My circumstances. My situation. Isn't it? All day long. No rest for mind. So this chanting process of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. What happens? It gives a massage to the mind. Sometimes as a pujari, we do aratis and sometimes I get this right hand shoulder pain. So what I do, I go to the physio. They do a massage and then it is good. Okay? Now, mind is constantly working. Who is going to do physio for your mind? The physio is what? Who is the physio? Nama Prabhu. Hare Krishna mantra is a physio. It will solve all problems. So if someone is hearing Bhagavatam, then they will be made to chant. That's the purpose of Bhagavatam. Hearing and chanting. Shravanam Kirtan. Okay? So, all of us have got problems, isn't it? Constantly. We have not gone to physio yet for our mind. So therefore, let us go to this physio. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare. Another important thing in this chapter is, it talks about, Haribol, playing is outside. Hearing is here. Okay? When you are here, you should hear. Because all the time you can play. The other aspect mentioned here is a conflict between two persons. Hiranyakashipu and Prahlad. This always happens in the material world. Why? Because there is a group of persons known as devotees. There is another group of people known as materialists, non-devotees. And there is always a friction. Concoction happens. Especially non-devotees concoction. Now, if I remember, many years back, there was a concoction that Lord Ganesh is drinking milk. Do you anyway? My sister is calling me, hey, do you know, in India, all the Lord is drinking milk. Do you want to try? I said, because, sister, after all, see, two things I cannot refuse. One is the request from my wife and my sister. Both, if I refuse, I have problems. So, my sister said, then one more sister also, hey, I am feeding, right now as I am talking, I am feeding milk to the Lord Ganesh, he is drinking. Now, what about other God? Maybe we'll try, but initially we want to start with Lord Ganesh. Okay? Then I was thinking, maybe we should try. And at that time, what happened? All the milk prices was going extremely, too expensive, correct? All the people, how in India, if something is in demand, they deliberately put up the price. And milk is not available, but they all are saying, oh, I want to feed Ganesh. So this also I got it. So what I was thinking is, should I feed our Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra? Should I feed? Then I was thinking, fine, all the time we are taking Mahaprasad. Is it not Lord eating? Yeah? But our materialistic mind, see, what it wants is, I want to see the Lord drink and I want to find happiness. Come on, Krishna, drink in front of me. Something wrong with that. Okay. Why? Lord, yes, God, anything he can do inter-exchangeably, his senses. Krishna can talk through the nose. Can you talk? He can see through the ears. He can drink through the eyes. So when we offer the prasad, the Lord looks, and therefore he is able to do that. Why do I want to impose my materialistic mind on Krishna's abilities? I was thinking. Then I said, okay. I did not want to say anything. Okay, fine. I will also, offer. And then we offered to Lord Jagannath, and Lord Jagannath is taking this. How do you know that Lord Jagannath is taking? And what is a verse in Bhagavad Gita to prove this one? Patram Tadaham Bhakti-upahartam Asnami Prayata. I will eat Asnami. See? Patram. Krishna says, if you offer with love, you have to offer with love. Not like sometimes a wife will be upset. You eat your breakfast. I'm not going to serve you. It's not like that. With love, if you offer, the Lord will take. And therefore, he blesses us and it becomes remnants and prasad. Okay? So, the root cause of all problems is lack of Krishna consciousness. So, the solution to all problem is Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. And that is why we are listening. Okay? There are a few more aspects which I wanted to discuss, but shortage of time, and already 9 o'clock, and people are already tired looking, yeah? They're thinking, when do you finish your class? Come on, be mercy on us. Yeah? We know that you're talking, but don't you think of our situation? How long do you want me to keep on listening to you? Correct? See? Children, they don't have duality. They know. But we, in the heart I have something, and outside something else comes out. Straight away he told me, see? And therefore, in the best interest of everyone, let me stop. Okay? Good. Now, is there any questions or comments? Quickly we'll take before we stop. Anything? Yes, Mataji.
So, Prabhuji, I've been here. So, my question is around that. Okay. So, when we...
Mic, please. Bhakta mic.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you for this wonderful session. So my question is around mind. When we say we are in material energy, so we always think of materialistic things. Why it is not possible for the mind to think good things, and why it is always attracted toward, bad things or lower frequency things. Even if we see around us, so we are always, our tendency is towards the materialistic things or the lower frequency or low energy things. We are easily attracted towards it, but that is not possible in the case of good things. Why?
See, what happens is, the material energy has always got a degrading effect. For example, this world, we have got law of gravitation. Anything I throw, it is not going up, it's coming down. The same way, the material energy has got a pulling tendency. It will pull you down. It's got two potencies basically. Pulling and covering. Covering is Avarnatmika and Pratikshatmika Shakti. Covering. The moment you come to the material energy, it covers you and it tells you are the body. First. Second is, those who climb up, it will pull you. That is how Krishna is designed. So one may ask, why did he design like that? What is Krishna's problem? Why did he create like that? It is because in examination, if you get 60 marks, that is a pass. People who are 40, they will not be respected very much. In the same way, those who are just simply Krishna, he wants a test, pass the examination. Think that really you should know that you love me. Really you're interested in coming to me. You want to keep one hand on the material world, one hand spiritual world, I'm not interested. Okay? So, show your seriousness. So, and come out of the material energy, then I'll reward you accordingly. Yeah? So that's the reason. That is something like law of gravity, Mataji. You know how the material world, anything it will pull down. So material world will pull down like that. Bodily concept. Very quickly we'll come to bodily concept. Therefore, all the time, most of the time, what we should do, it's a ISKCON is a sandwich institution. What do you mean by sandwich? In the morning, Krishna conscious, at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, go to your work, come back, again 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, again Krishna conscious. No, if you are sandwiched, then what happens? You're okay. If you leave a long break, then the mind will say, come on. Mind is like a small child, It's very naughty. We have to correct the naughty child through an intelligent parent, which is intelligence. Given a chance, your child, if you are not there watching, they do some mischievous. They put salt into milk or something else, whatever may be. Very naughty, yeah? If you ask them, why did you do that? That is how the nature is. My nature is like that. You cannot question. Very tricky. And therefore it has to be always governed. Like a hunter. A hunter, when he captures a lion and when he brings home and puts in the backyard, he is always careful what the lion is doing. He will not take the lion very lightly. In the same way, when for a aspiring devotee, the mind has to be always checked under vigilance, because the mind will immediately go away. Like a ferocious lion, any time it can go away, or he can even eat the owner. So therefore, the mind can drop us. So therefore, Krishna explains in the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the mind can be a best friend or worst enemy. If you control the mind, best friend. If you don't control, worst enemy. It will degrade you. Krishna says, do not use your mind to degrade, but help us to advance in Krishna consciousness. Because Krishna consciousness means above the 3 modes. Yeah, above the 3 modes. Is that okay, Mataji? Okay. Hare Krishna, we'll stop here. Gantara Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Nithai Gaura Premanandi